I am back just as promised. And before we get started, I want to do what works for me, what I've traditionally done, and what I consider to be necessary for any time it is that I go live and setting any intention it is that I have. And that is me starting with a deep breath and anchoring that intention. So let's get started. Hello. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Alrighty, I'm so excited to be back. As I mentioned to you on the last video, I made a decision when I decided to start this channel back, and that is to be as, I hesitate to use the word authentic, but for want of a better word, I'm going to say authentic. As possible. And for me, what that looks like is I'm not always dressed. I'm not always in a quote unquote studio or maybe an aesthetically pleasing place by someone else's standards. But what I would do is stop and record when the spirit hit me and say what the spirit gives to me. So here I am doing what I do. So here we go. Alrighty, so I promised you some life updates. So let's get started on that. I want to start with my children. And then I'll talk about my husband and myself last here. I want to do it. So my oldest girl, goodness, like I said, it's been about 8 years since I've been on this channel. She is now 24, right? 24, that is crazy. So she would have been, what, about 16? The last time it is that I would have been here. So much has changed since then. She has graduated college and has a degree in education. She is teaching at a Montessori school now, and she absolutely loves it. She also has a side hustle of being a nanny, and she absolutely loves it. She loves children. She loves the Montessori style of teaching because she said something that I thought was so very true. And as a mom, I thought that this was something that just warmed my heart. She said, the way they learn, she said, is the way that I used to learn as a kid. And so it resonates with me when I'm working with them, when I'm developing lesson plans, when I'm in the floor teaching with them, when I'm supporting them in whatever ways that she does. And I just think as a parent, surely you want your children to make money, be able to thrive, and all of those things. But for me, happiness is the first and foremost thing it is that I want. And so when all of those things collide, if you will, merge together, I think it's just a beautiful thing. She's doing very well, so I'm happy for her. And she has moved out of the house. Good thing for me is that she's only about a few miles away from me, not even 10 miles away from me. So anytime my little heart desires, I can drop by her house or she drops by here. So my husband and I are really happy and proud of her for that in particular. So that's my oldest girl, my middle Bob. My middle Bob. Love her. She is a sophomore, I think a second semester sophomore, she would be classified as in college. She is doing amazingly well. She is majoring in supply chain management. Right? Isn't that fun? It is so befitting for her. And she absolutely is one of those girls who is excited about getting out in the world and making her money. Um, it's a career that she was actually fell in love with after a camp it is that I put her in with the Black Chamber of Commerce. So once we put her in that, ever since then, she has just really been infatuated by the supply chain management industry, how it works, and really becoming a part of it. But she's doing very well. You remember she used to play volleyball. She absolutely loved it, which she still does. And she ended up going to college on a volleyball scholarship. She was doing very well. It happened with her. She went away to college when COVID hit, right? Remember when the world, good grief, when the world was upside down and that hit. She went down there, she played about a year and a half, and she walked away and said, I don't like this. I don't want to do this every day for the rest of my college days. And as her parents, we told her, come right on home. You don't have to. So I love, we couldn't have been more proud of her for being true to herself, for speaking her truth, and then not being afraid to walk away from it. She took a year off after that, and we told her, hey, just figure it out, what it is that you want to do. She did. She has stepped back into college, as mentioned, and she's moving right along. So I'm so proud of her. Our baby Bob, our baby girl. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I'm saying that because I still can't believe my baby girl is 20 years old. So she is 20 now, and she's also in college. She's caught up with her sister, her middle sister, and she's a sophomore in college as well, majoring in her big sister's same industry, which is education. I love that for her because she too is really she not is really really she loves children. She absolutely loves it. She loves teaching them. She's had some substituting gigs that it is that she's worked, and she's fallen deeper in love with it. So I'm just a proud mom. I'm just a proud mom. I love that for my girls, and I know that education is one of the ways it is that they can ensure their future. And I'm glad that they are doing the work now in order to prepare themselves for a life of success after once they step out into the world. So I'm really proud of them. That's pretty much what they have going on. Let's talk about my Snookums, my husband. So my husband, he's doing amazingly well. I don't know if you all remember, but he went back to college. He went back to college and he majored in construction engineering. Construction engineering. He has since graduated and is doing exceedingly well. He graduated with honors and all the wonderful things. And I was really proud, and I'm really proud of him for doing that because that's something that he wanted to do for himself. But because we started our family young, and you may remember that I've been a stay-at-home mom for the better of 20 years, the betterment of 24 years, actually. Actually, the betterment of 24 years. Um, and so he's been working. He's been working because that was how we had our family set up. And so he was the one who was working and taking care of us financially. Excuse me. So he did that and landed a wonderful job. He is working with this company. Ooh, okay, the joys of being outside, right? But working with the company, doing very well, promoted a few times, several times. And then just recently, he quit. He is no longer working at this company that he could go back to at any time if he ever chose to, because he left an amazing standing, right? But he stepped away to walk into his dream. And that kind of floats into what it is that I'm doing in my life update as well. He stepped away and walked into his dream of becoming a full-time real estate investor, which is where that lands me as well, because we own our company, our real estate investment company, and it's called GSD Endeavors. G for Gerald, S for Sherlin, D is our last name, Endeavors. Endeavors. We are so pleased to be investors. We are really thankful for this life. This is something in particular that we've wanted to get into and have dabbled into before. We were much younger, so we weren't as adept at it as we are now. So we decided to take a leap and go back out there after it. So we're really excited about that. We have a couple of properties now. One that's up on the market, house in the in the Dallas area, in the beautiful area of Oak Cliff, specifically the Glenview area. Hit me up. Hit me up. It's beautifully renovated. Excuse me. But that is what it is that I am doing now alongside my husband, in terms of the renovation, the finding properties, right? So the canvassing, in terms of the dibbling in the budget side of it, really more learning that component. That's always been my husband's wheelhouse, but I'm just so determined to get a further and deeper understanding of how to work, establish or create a budget, and how to use the system of QuickBooks. So, doing that. So, that's what it is that I'm doing with my husband in terms of professionally. Personally, I am back, really into finding what else it is that I want, who it is that I am. For so long, I have been a full time stay at home mom and taking care of my husband while he works, making sure that he's okay. And now that my children are grown, my husband has realized what it is that he wants and is now stepping off into, his dream. The question is, what is it that I want to do now? So many things I started, including You're More Than Their Mother, while they were working, because I absolutely have the belief that you can be a great mom and live your dreams. But some things, excuse me, everything has its cycles, right? And sometimes I was able to juggle it successfully, and sometimes I wasn't. I actually stepped a little bit away from You're More Than Their Mother. I would still make videos and content here and there, but I wasn't pursuing speaking engagements, and I really wasn't promoting my programs like my mentorship program and things like that, and selling my book, which I have, and could have been promoting. I really wasn't doing that as such, because I was looking for other things that would make me money to contribute to my home. So by trade, I have, two master's degrees, right, and an undergrad degree. I have a master's degree in business administration, human resource management, and my undergrad is in sociology. Well, with all of that being said, one of the things it is that I've done, throughout my career, right, my career early on and somewhat throughout, the years in raising my daughter, is I was a trainer, a corporate trainer. Absolutely loved it. Became certified in some areas of like DEI, and then, ACER, customer service, right, which is achieving extraordinary customer relations, stellar customer service. So got some certifications along the way, and found that that's what I really love. Was working with the company contractually, was even helping with some curriculum and things like that and design, until I one day said, why am I doing it through them? I could start my own company. So I did. I started my company called People Development and Training. Had some success with that. I really enjoyed it. Was going out doing, lots of networking, and had a couple of, contracts with it. Did a really good job. And then COVID hit, and it was like, okay, what do we do from here? And I decided I wanted to go back to work. I was tired of chasing contracts from You're More Than Their Mother, from People Development and Training. And I was like, I just want to sit down and get a check, right? Go to sit down somewhere, do their work, and get a check. I let the IT department be the IT department, and the R&D be the R&D, right? And so I did that. So I worked a couple of years. Worked a couple of years, you all. This is what it is that I want to do, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I started getting more specific about what that looks like for me. I want to work with my husband. I knew that. I've known that since before we were married. I knew that we were a great team. I know we have a great chemistry together. I know it is that I know that we both bring a deep set of knowledge of business that complements one another. Um, so I always knew that. I always knew that. So that was one thing I knew. I wanted to make money. I knew I wanted to make money because I wanted a level of life, and a life level, certain level of lifestyle that I wanted to engage in comfortably. I always say I want to do what I want, when I want, however many times I want to do it. So, um, that's what was happening with me. I mean, that's what it is that I learned in terms of once I left that job. And let me say it better. I learned since having the job how to get more specific in what it is that I want. And those were some of the things: working with my husband, money, a lifestyle, a certain lifestyle it is that I want. I also knew a certain level of value it is that I wanted to add to the. Uh-oh. I hope you can. All right. I'm thinking you can still see me. I didn't want it to be just a money grab. I definitely wanted to make money, but I also wanted to make sure that the value it is that I was adding to the market was a representation of who it is that I was and the intention it is that I was putting out. And to really work with people who were in congruence with that intention, right? And who saw the value in what it is that we did. And so we started out absolutely amazing as we worked through our investment company. It's been absolutely fantastic. The contractors it is that we've been working with, we love our crew. They've been more than amazing in the work it is that they've done for us. We are more than pleased. They love working with us and we love them. So we're starting out on the right foot, in other words, with that. So that's that. I started that. I still have my book that I sell. You're More Than Their Mother: Reclaim, Realign, and Rebalance Your Life. I still refer to that myself. I still refer to my book myself because there are some nuggets in there from my life that I've learned, although my children are older, that because motherhood is cycles of kind of losing yourself and forgetting who it is that you are and your power like that, to bring back, that help you to remember who it is that you are. And um, I still have to refer back to it myself. I keep what's called an author's copy on me when I kind of look back and go, come on, girl, reclaim, right? Reclaim and realign yourself. So I'm really thankful for that. Alrighty, so it looks like this signal is kind of going crazy out here, and that's okay. That's okay. I just kind of wanted to start you off with those updates. One leaving off with me, and still having my book in real estate full time. Let me see if I can recap that. I know it's a bit choppy because of the signal. And then still working out. Still working out. I am now 48 years old. Still crazy to me, still crazy. So even more intentional about my health, becoming more aware of my body and who it is that I am now, and really moving and taking action towards the goals it is that I have for myself. And really one of those things includes this challenge now. I was doing something else, a challenge for this month. And as I was challenging myself to be and to discipline myself in certain areas, I added this to it, this being starting to upload my videos here in a place or in a way that was comfortable to me, right? In a way that was comfortable to me and who it is that I am. So, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for jumping in and watching this. If you have any questions about those updates, or if it's anything that I missed that you didn't hear that you want to hear, what's going on with it, do let me know. Leave it in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later. But until we see each other again, remember, it's time to move beyond everyone else's expectations of who you ought to be and become the woman you thought that you could be. Bye.